Yeah, you,
Okay. Yay, we're here.
we got it working. Perfect. So, Hannah, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. I mean, what better way to start an epic day with an epic guest, right?
Oh, thank you.
Right. So, welcome to the show. It is so cool and awesome and amazing to have you here. So, before we start, I have to give you an epic, proper welcome. So,
Oh, there we go.
there you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, perfect. So, starting with the whole interview now, tell me how your acting career started.
Let's see. Wow. Let's go back because I started whenever I was, probably about 5 years old.
Mm.
I had just always wanted to do it, and then I would do like little plays around. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so I would do plays around there. And then as I got older, I started like actually going into the city of Pittsburgh to take acting classes, and then it just elevated, and then I moved to Los Angeles, and now here we are.
That's really cool. Wow. I mean, such a change, right? The fact that you moved to a totally new city. Did you have like family, friends there, or just started like from square zero, basically?
No, actually, I didn't know anybody out here whenever I first moved, and I moved here whenever I was 19. So coming out here that young, I feel like you kind of have to really grow up fast. And you face a lot of challenges, but I'm now 25, and I feel like I've been through the ringer and back, and it feels good now.
Yeah, totally. Now, when you recently started acting, tell me what were some of the challenges that you had?
Let's see, because I guess to kind of go back again, whenever I had first moved to LA, I kind of just quit acting.
Okay.
I didn't really know where I wanted to see myself going, and I didn't know if I wanted to continue on that path or if I wanted to go on a different career path.
Yeah.
So then I kind of went into the corporate world, and I was working as a social media manager, and then I realized that was really not for me. So then a neighbor of mine actually introduced me to her acting coach during the beginning of the pandemic, and that kind of made me fall back in love with it and realize why I came out here to do it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And then in 2014, you were in Berserkers. You played as Kimmy. Tell me about your character, but also about the film.
The film itself was a indie film that we had shot back, it wasn't in Pittsburgh, but it was about 2 hours outside of Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
It is a apocalypse type film where you're following one main guy throughout the whole entire thing, and I played Kimmy, his girlfriend. And fun fact about this, I was 17 whenever we actually filmed it. So I was like a little tiny baby, and my parents were coming on the set with me, and it was so much fun. That was the first feature that I had ever done. Kimmy is a total bitch. She's the worst, just constantly nagging at her boyfriend, and no matter what he did, everything was wrong. And she was also cheating on him with somebody else, so it was just a lot of really how would I describe that, just not a good person.
Yeah.
But the film itself was a lot of fun to film. Aside from playing Kimmy, I also played Kimmy as a zombie. So that was a lot of fun to play around with the special effects makeup, and the whole entire cast was so great. And that was one of the best times I've ever had filming. How
cool is that? That is so amazing. And talking about the whole characters and everything, tell me what you usually do, or what are some of the techniques that you apply in order to prepare and play a character?
So I work with my current acting coach, Sam Stiglitz, who is amazing, and I have nothing but great things to say about her. And she really opened up my eyes to a not necessarily a new technique, but just something that I wasn't really used to doing,
Mm-hmm.
because I studied Meisner a lot whenever I was younger.
Yeah.
And then once I stopped, it just kind of not necessarily like dissipated from my mind, but I had forgotten a lot of the stuff that I had previously learned.
Yeah.
So she's been teaching me just to really dig deep into the characters and create my own backstory and just be really, really raw with it, and to take a lot of risks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's a whole total cool process. The fact that like preparing a character from what some people would think that it's just like learning your lines and just memorize where you have to be here and there, and that's it, right? I mean, it's so interesting the fact that there's so much going on in order to just prepare to play this character, you know?
Right. No, it's a lot of work, but if you love it, then you just got to do it, and the whole entire process is so much fun.
Yeah, totally. And also, you get the chance, like, I mean, once you watch like either the film or TV show or something, I mean, you can tell whenever there is like this connection, you know, with the characters that you're watching, you know, like the fact when the actor makes it like so relatable to the audience, that's amazing, you know.
Oh yeah, and I mean, the whole reason why I love the entertainment industry and acting in general is because I love the feeling that I get watching something new, or even if I watch something that I've seen 100 different times, like Mamma Mia, for example. I could watch both of those movies. Sorry, my dogs are going.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Crazy playing together. But I watch those movies, and every single time I just feel a sense of like, not even just happiness, but you go through so many different emotions.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to make people feel that way, to just feel all of the things and have these crazy things to say about what they're watching.
Totally. Wow. And what would you say it's an important aspect for a character to be relatable?
I think that really depends.
Okay.
I feel like are you answering the question? I do think it depends, but I feel like if you relate it to yourself, or if you're able to relate yourself more to the character, then that can really make it relatable to almost anyone.
There you go. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And then, like, during 2015, you were in Hit Town and The Myth from Legends. Tell me also about your characters and also about those projects as well.
Okay, so for those, Hit Town and The Myth from Legends were both short films. Can you stop yelling at your brother? Sorry. They were both short indie films that I did, again, back in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Hit Town is a little bit closer in my memory.
Mm-hmm.
And that one I played a character named Hannah, which was fitting because of my name.
Yeah.
But she was kind of opposite from what I am. Like, she was a undercover type agent, and she kind of got wrapped up with a different crowd.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of fun to play. I got to be tied up in that one, so that was really, really interesting. And just sat in a chair. Lady in Waiting from The Myth from Legends, that was my character in there, and that was another short indie that I had worked on, and the guy who did that was named James Ahern.
Okay.
And I had worked with him on a few different projects that he did, but they were all really like whimsical type, fun, like those kind of projects.
Okay.
I don't really know what other word I can use to describe that other than like maybe a little bit on the mysterious side. I still have all of these DVDs, and I have not watched either of those, and I can't even tell you how long. So I'm gonna have to rewatch those and just see the difference between then and now.
Totally. Wow. And in 2016, you were in Correct with with his job. Tell me also about the film, but also what do you like the most about playing your character?
That one, I had a very, very, very small role in that one. And I met a lot of really cool, fun people on that set. My scene from that actually got cut. I just rewatched that it's available on Amazon Prime. But my scene from that got cut, which is totally fine, but really, really great people. That was such a fun set to be on. It was very much like if you're watching The Office, it felt like that whenever I was there on set. And it was just, it was everything.
That's amazing. And like from all of the characters that you have played at the moment, tell me what are some of your favorite ones?
Ooh, that's a good one. Kimmy is probably my favorite.
Okay.
Just because her and I differ in so many aspects, but we also there are some similarities that make us relatable. And I'm not a mean person at all. I don't know how to be mean. It stresses me out. But she is just so raw and bitchy and just everything. I loved playing her because it was so different from how I normally am in everyday life.
Wow. And what would you say it's an important aspect for storytelling?
That's a good question. I think a really important aspect for storytelling is being able to create a backstory from nothing.
Okay.
Or being able to interpret whatever you're seeing in your own way. That being relatable. Sorry,
It's okay. I mean, I live with 3 dogs, so I know what you mean.
Okay, so you get it, and I have 2.
Yeah, I do get it.
So they're like craziness.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with if you're able to be relatable and you're able to. Can you stop? Sorry, they're being so annoying. I'm just gonna go with relatability.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had me distracted.
Yeah, you know, like the fact that I live with 3 dogs. One is a puppy, so the puppy every now and then will destroy something, or like in some of the videos you will see him like walking like on the background here, just going, or the other dog's going too. So I totally know what you mean. Actually, one time, I got this interview, and in the middle of it, the puppy decided to chew my hand. So he was just chewing it, and I was just in the middle of something. So I was just like with my hand all like being chewed over and over. And once the interview was done, the person I interviewed was like, "You want to see something cool?" They were like, "Yeah." And then I was like dragging my hand, and like the puppy was just like keep chewing it. I was like, "Yeah," I dealt with that like for 40 minutes, so I get it.
Oh yeah, no, I have. So my roommate's puppy is literally laying on the floor right next to me, and he was just doing that same exact thing. And then mine has now jumped up behind me. So that's where we're at. I think they've calmed down.
Totally. So cool. Now, tell me, like, any advice that you could give to those who recently started acting?
I would probably say, don't quit. No matter how much you might want to, don't stop. You're going to get so many no's before you ever get a yes, and that's okay. But just don't forget why you love it.
Simple as that. Yeah, it's true. True. And now let's talk about your podcast, Touch Me Down. Tell me where the idea to create that came from.
It started in, what was it? Was it 2018, I believe? Yeah, it would have had to have been 2018. Okay. It was actually August 2018. I can remember this vividly. I was chatting with one of my best friends, Jenna, and we're both really, really creative people, and we wanted to do something that we both kind of wanted to start a podcast, but I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about, and she is very, very much into sports. So she was like, I want to do a sports type podcast, but kind of mix in a little bit of things that we can talk about that are typically considered taboo for women to speak about.
Okay.
And we also got one of our other best friends, Matt, involved, because he wants to get into sports broadcasting and all that fun stuff. They're both very big sports people. I typically only watch football. That's about it. But we talk about football, basketball, some baseball, some hockey. And we also talk about a lot of other things, like anything like sexual, or we talk about alcohol, cannabis, all the fun things.
Okay.
But we were just kind of chatting, and we decided to start it up one day, and it was, I believe, a little bit over a year later that we actually finally started pulling stuff together for it. It was a very slow process, but now we're on our second season, which is great, and we're going to be filming our 6th episode on Tuesday.
There you go. And, and like, what are some of the, like, what can we expect on that podcast? And also, what are some of your favorite episodes so far?
We have a lot of fun people on our roster to come on the show. So we have talent managers, we have a photographer, videographer, a few photographers, videographers, some actors. We just recently had our friend Eleanor on, who is doing all of the photography and videography for Simple Plan right now. So that's a lot of fun. And on Tuesday, we're going to have my friends Jackie Masnio and Heather Devine on, and they're both talent managers here out in LA for a lot of different influencers. So we have a lot lined up. We also have some fun sponsorships coming. So a lot of different moving parts, but we're doing it.
That's amazing. That is amazing. And if you could describe your career, your whole career at the moment, in a movie, TV show, or even a book, what would be the title of it?
Ooh. I actually was just talking to my writing partner about this not long ago. Oh, what would the name of it be? Maybe I would call it something on the lines of living vicariously through myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And would it be a movie, TV show, or a book?
I feel like it would be a TV show.
TV show. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. Now, I wonder, like, what drives you? I mean, like, what drives you, or like, what motivates you every day to continue building your dreams? Because I think it happens all the time, right? To those who are creating something or following their dreams, or that at some point you question yourself, right? If you should continue doing it, if it is like the right path for you. So for you, what drives you to be like, to go from that place into this, like, okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna continue doing my thing because this is what I love. So tell me about that process.
I think 5-year-old Hannah drives me every single day.
Yeah.
She was a big force as a child.
Yeah.
I will say that. And that little kid that I'll like look back at photos or whatever, and I'm like, she knew what she wanted, and she knew exactly how, well, not necessarily exactly how to get there, but she always, it was the same exact thing. So I think her, and then my dad had a best friend growing up who, like, still to this day, he passed away, not my dad, but my dad's best friend. And his name was Mark. He was my Uncle Mark, and he was like the biggest believer in me and like my constant motivation. So I think he also drives my motivation every day. Fair enough.
And my last question here, what can we expect from Hannah in the future?
Hopefully a lot.
There you go.
I have some fun projects coming up, so that's exciting. I'm actually filming something on Monday.
Okay.
And I'm working on a lot of stuff with my writing partner right now. So we have some fun stuff coming probably like beginning, middle of next year.
Yeah.
So look out for some fun little sizzle reels and short films and all that good stuff.
There you go. There you go. I mean, what can I say? I mean, your career is really cool. The fact that you are doing with the whole acting and now with the podcast, I mean, I can't wait to see more of your awesome job. Well, yeah, more of your awesome work in the future, and also to check more of the awesome episodes on your podcast. Keep doing what you do, because it is super awesome. Also, I want to thank those who are watching. If you're watching this later on YouTube, or if you're watching or you're listening this later on the podcast, make sure that you follow Hannah in all of her social media. Normally, what I would say is for you to put pause and leave a like and subscribe super quick, and then hydrate, and then go follow Hannah. Give me likes, share content, spread the word that we have this amazing, talented actress, and then come back. And again, Hannah, thank you so much. Before I send you off, I need to send you off properly. So. Keep rocking.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, keep rocking. Keep being this amazing, talented person you are. Have an amazing rest of the weekend, an amazing upcoming week, and nothing but amazing things to you, because you totally deserve them. So.
Thank you so much, and you as well, and happy Halloween. Happy almost Halloween, I should say.
Happy almost Halloween. Wait, it's on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And happy Halloween for Sunday. All right.
Happy Halloween.
All right, have a good one, okay? Bye.
Thanks, you too. Bye.